Hi, welcome to Advanced English with Steve UK. Now, in this video, you're going to see and hear an authentic, real English native speaker conversation. I'm chatting to my daughter about her time at work. Listening and watching are students from my Chatterbox Zoom workshops. In the first part of the video, they cannot see the captions. They are just using it as a listening exercise. You'll be able to see them. So first of all, they respond to what they've heard or what they think they've heard. In the second part, I let them see the captions. So do remember that. In the first part, it's a listening exercise for them. They're going to hear, and you're going to hear lots of idioms and English expressions. And there's loads of discussion about these expressions, plus some extra ones as well. Please remember to subscribe, then you can see future videos like this. Let's make a start. Here goes. Hey, Joe, love. How's the new job?
Hi, Dad. Well, it's still early days, but I seem to be settling in okay. You know, learning the ropes, as they say. I'm still trying to get my head around the software they use. I keep making cock-ups and have to ask for help.
Sure they'll understand. They won't expect you to grasp it all immediately.
True. My boss seems to be very patient and understanding. Tells me not to worry and admits he had trouble getting to grips with it when he first arrived.
How about your workmates? They okay? You made any friends?
Yeah, they're all right. Seem friendly enough. There's one guy, James, I get on with like a house on fire. He's good fun. We're both into the same kind of music. We went to the pub after work the other day and had a good chat.
Oh, do I sense romance in the air?
Dad, don't be silly. We're just good friends.
They say.
Yeah, well, that's all we are. Why are you so eager to get me married off? It is possible to just be friends with a man, you know.
Sorry, I couldn't resist asking.
You never can. Anyway, as I was saying, we have the same taste in music. We both like musical theatre, so we spent the time talking about the shows we've seen and what we'd like to see.
Oh, that's nice. Maybe he'll take you to see one, surprise you by getting tickets, and then take you out for dinner afterwards.
Dad!
Sorry, just kidding. Your other colleagues okay?
Yeah, as I said, they're friendly enough, pleasant, chatty, except Emily.
Who's Emily?
The girl I share an office with.
What's she like then? She's not very nice.
It's not that she's not nice, it's just that she keeps to herself, sort of withdrawn. I don't think it's just with me. She doesn't seem to talk to anyone very much.
Maybe she's shy.
Could be. I try to chat, but it's hard going. She mutters a few words, then dries up. The conversation just peters out.
Oh dear, that can't be much fun for you, especially as you're sharing an office.
No, it isn't. She's just had this morose look about her, sort of sullen. It's hard to prize anything out of her. She's hard work.
Doesn't exactly sound like a bundle of fun.
You can say that again.
Be patient. Maybe don't try too hard. Perhaps she's got things on her mind, something troubling her maybe. You never know what's going on in other people's heads.
True. It's just that, well, you know me. I'm a bit talkative. I like a good chat.
A bit talkative? That's an understatement. You can talk the hind legs off a donkey. Never get a word in edgeways with you sometimes.
You can talk. You know who I get that from, don't you? A case of the pot calling the kettle black.
You don't get it from me, you get it from your mother. Oh God, speak of the devil, here she is.
Hiya, what are you both on about?
We were just talking about how Joy's getting on at work and her new boyfriend.
Dad!
Tanya. All right, you're there. Okay.
So you were talking about a new job, your daughter's new job, and how she is setting in. So she's setting in okay, and how she's trying about her colleagues, how is everything going on in her office, her relationships with the colleagues. So the workmates friendly enough, James, but with the James, his house on fire, and you spotted like a sense of romance in the air. Sorry.
Francesca, you go from there.
Yes, you are trying to make a joke out of it because, yeah, you sense indeed that there's probably some kind of romance between the two. And she doesn't particularly those jokes from your part, from your side. And then she talks about all the other colleagues she has, or new colleagues, and that she finds them pleasant, except for one who is not very talkative like she is, like Joy is. She describes her as being morose, which means, I believe, sad, somber. She's maybe moody. And what else does she say? Oh, that she likes a good chat because she's indeed talkative. And then at the end.
Okay, stop there then, Francesca. Daniel, the last part of it then, please.
Okay, for the last part, Francesca said you told her that shouldn't be very pleasant for her sharing the office with that girl because you accused her of being very talkative. And your daughter answered back that she got that from you. And you seem to disagree with that, although she was very sure. She even said that it was a case of the pot calling the kettle black. And you implied that really she got that from her mother. And then the mother appeared, turned up, and you said, "Speak of the devil." And poor woman. And you're really rude with her. And she asked what you were doing. And you told that you were having a chat with your daughter about her new job and about her new boyfriend too. And that caused your daughter to not shout. What could you use as a word? To protest.
Okay, yes. To protest, which she did about 3 times. Not shout. What could we call that? Dad? Dad? Any ideas? Because I was thinking about it before you said shout. What did she do?
It's not shout. No,
No,
no.
writing it in a book, I'd say she, Dad, inverted commas, Dad, Joe, what's that? I'd say shrieked.
Ah, shrieked.
Shriek. Like a little mouse.
Yeah, that's squeak, actually. A mouse squeaks.
That's right. A mouse squeak, yes.
Mouse squeaks. Okay.
Yeah.
Let me just go to, can't find Alma. So everyone's described it. Would you like to add anything to it?
All right. Maybe from the beginning when Joe is mentioning.
You don't have to go any points which stand out. What's the relationship between father and daughter, do you think?
I could sense there was some humor between the two of them. And that she just didn't, she was a little bit criticizing the way that he wants to interfere and always make assumptions about
What would you say instead of she was a little bit criticizing, Francesca? What would you say? You wouldn't say she was a little bit criticizing.
Yeah.
How would you say it? Not criticizing.
nagging. Would you use nagging?
Yeah.
To criticize is the right verb to use, but in another form. She was a bit critical.
Oh, yes.
Okay, so she was a bit critical. Yeah.
Yes.
Was I serious about it?
No, of course not.
No,
You were teasing her.
I was what, Daniel?
Teasing her.
I was looking for, because she said earlier I was joking, so I was teasing her. And I think
So she was a little, sorry to interrupt, Steve. So she was a little bit critical of your behavior.
That's what they say. That's what they're saying. But she wasn't. I would say she's pretty well used to it. It's
Yes.
a repartee, which they have. It's a teasing, joking one. I was talking about my own daughter earlier, and it's a bit like that sometimes. Okay. Okay. How's she getting on with the job itself?
Okay, she said that she's learning the ropes and that she has some issues with the new software. She has to get used to it. She said she couldn't get around her head over it, but she got the
No, she couldn't get her head around it. You couldn't get her head around it.
round, not over, round it. Yes, but that her boss was fairly supportive.
Okay.
And her manager, because he mentioned that he had the same troubles when he was at the beginning.
Okay, so, right. Just a minute then. She's in a new job, manager supportive, and of course, in any new job, you're on a what? On a learning
curve.
She's on a learning curve. So it's a fairly steep learning curve. Do we know that one, Francesca, Tanya, Jan?
No.
No.
Shall I put it?
Shall
I write it?
A learning curve. I've put
So
it.
do you think she's on a steep learning curve?
Yes, you can say steep. Yeah, a steep learning curve. Yeah.
But with the use is with the verb to be. She is on.
She is on. Yes.
Okay. Thank you.
She's on a steep.
To be on a steep learn, yes. So to learn the ropes again, not to be.
Yes, she's learning the ropes. She said she's
learning the ropes.
We didn't know that one, Jan. No? Francesca, what common interest do they have?
The boyfriend, you mean, or the...
An alleged boyfriend.
You'd be very upset, Francesca, if you say her boyfriend.
A supposedly boyfriend.
A supposed, not a supposedly, right? A supposed. Supposed or supposed. A supposed boyfriend. Yeah. Supposed boyfriend. Yeah, go on, Francesca.
They got on like house on fire. I believe they went to watch a movie, but I'm not sure.
Movie. Angelica?
The same taste of music. Oh.
Okay, all right. Same taste of music. Do anyone remember what it was?
Musicals.
They spend time about shows.
Yeah,
Musicals.
Okay. Alma, because I've asked this before. Can you explain what a musical is?
All right, it's a musical is a story. There is usually it could be a fictional or it could be also based on where the plot is sometimes breaks into singing, meaning that the dialogue, the script, sometimes is done with the actors start singing, and so there is what they react by singing.
Yes, okay.
You could say it's modern opera.
Yes, depending on the musical, some is operatic musicals. Do you know any example? I'm talking about British culture here, so it's quite important. Do you know any examples of music? Let me ask someone other than Daniel. Any examples of musicals?
Mary Poppins, I went to watch it in London.
Yes, Mary Poppins. So Mary Poppins, that's a very light one. That's a children one. Any other ones?
Matilda.
Matilda, another children one. I love Matilda. Yes,
The Phantom of the Opera.
Yes, the Phantom of the Opera is a real hit. Basically,
Mamma Mia.
Mamma Mia, the musical, all about they use all the ABBA songs to make made that into a film. Then you have Les Mis, which is based on the book by Victor Hugo, which is probably the most famous, apart from The Sound of Music. That was
The Sound of Music.
That was, yeah, it's a film and a show, and Miss Saigon. Yeah, I get involved in the characters. So they like musical theatre. Let's have a look at it with subtitles then, okay? And then we can move on to something else. Okay, let's go then. Hey, Joe, love. How's the new job?
Hi, Dad. Well, it's still early days, but I seem to be settling in okay. You know, learning the ropes, as they say. I'm still trying to get my head around the software they use. I keep making cock-ups and have to ask for help.
Sure they'll understand. They won't expect you to grasp it all immediately.
True. My boss seems to be very patient and understanding. Tells me not to worry and admits he had trouble getting to grips with it when he first arrived.
How about your workmates? They okay? You made any friends?
Yeah, they're all right. Seem friendly enough. There's one guy, James, I get on with like a house on fire. He's good fun. We're both into the same kind of music. We went to the pub after work the other day and had a good chat.
Ooh, do I sense romance in the air?
Dad, don't be silly. We're just good friends.
They say.
Yeah, well, that's all we are. Why are you so eager to get me married off? It is possible to just be friends with a man, you know.
Sorry, I couldn't resist asking.
You never can. Anyway, as I was saying, we have the same taste in music. We both like musical theatre, so we spent the time talking about the shows we've seen and what we'd like to see.
Oh, that's nice. Maybe he'll take you to see one, surprise you by getting tickets, and then take you out for dinner afterwards.
Dad!
Sorry, just kidding. Your other colleagues okay?
Yeah, as I said, they're friendly enough, pleasant, chatty, except Emily,
Who's Emily?
the girl I share an office with.
What's she like then? She's not very nice.
It's not that she's not nice, it's just that she keeps to herself, sort of withdrawn. I don't think it's just with me. She doesn't seem to talk to anyone very much.
Maybe she's shy.
Could be. I try to chat, but it's hard going. She mutters a few words, then dries up. The conversation just peters out.
Oh dear, that can't be much fun for you, especially as you're sharing an office.
No, it isn't. She's just had this morose look about her, sort of sullen. It's hard to prize anything out of her. She's hard work.
Doesn't exactly sound like a bundle of fun.
You can say that again.
Be patient. Maybe don't try too hard. Perhaps she's got things on her mind, something troubling her maybe. You never know what's going on in other people's heads.
True. It's just that, well, you know me. I'm a bit talkative. I like a good chat.
A bit talkative? That's an understatement. You can talk the hind legs off a donkey. Never get a word in edgeways with you sometimes.
You can talk. You know who I get that from, don't you? A case of the pot calling the kettle black.
You don't get it from me, you get it from your mother. Oh God, speak of the devil, here she is.
Hiya, what are you both on about?
We were just talking about how Joy's getting on at work and her new boyfriend.
Dad!
Okay. Any vocabulary, idioms there you need clarification on? And you came in a bit late, but is any of that challenging? Some of it probably is.
Maybe the saying with the word donkeys in it? I didn't get that one.
Yeah, that was hard for me too.
Donkeys, yeah.
To get the hind legs of a donkey.
Oh,
Yeah, that one.
The hind legs are the back legs, okay?
Mhm.
Hind. It's just an idiom. I don't know the origin of it. You can talk the hind legs of a donkey. It means you're never lost for words. You're very talkative. You're a chatterbox. Okay? So
Steve, I was going to ask, is it possible to have that dialogue in written?
In writing.
In writing, sorry.
Yes.
Thank you very much. Because there are so many interesting expressions that it's excellent to revise, really.
I'm going to open it. Just one sec. While I'm talking, I'll be looking for it. What about the morose? Francesca got that before, morose.
Yeah, then she explains sullen.
Yes, sullen. So we know what sullen is? Miserable.
Miserable.
Sullen but you could be miserable, but maybe that's negative. Maybe you're miserable because something bad has happened. If you're sullen, it's sour, S-O-U-R.
Sour, yeah.
Sour in it. You're grumpy.
Grumpy, exactly.
Okay. She said, doesn't sound like a bundle of fun. Now, you can use this in a positive or negative way. Yeah, that Daniel is a real bundle of fun. Okay. But British humor is like this. We say things like, not exactly a bundle of fun. You could also say, anyone else? I've done it before. There was another expression which is very similar. Anyone think about it? What it might
A barrel of laughs.
You could say barrel of laughs. I'd say I was thinking of a load of laughs, actually. Okay. A load of laughs is one I use.
Yeah, there's the other one is she's hard to pry it's hard to pry anything, no? Out of her.
That's what I wanted to. Okay, I'm going to share this. Wait a minute. Okay, can you see?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
So let's go down to that one. It's hard. Can you see my
Yes.
Wow.
Yes.
I put that in deliberately. Francesca, did you know that one?
It's hard to price anything out of her. No, I didn't know that one, but I can guess what it means.
Okay, well, there's a word. That's an important one you should know. Same goes for you, Tanya. If you're going for proficiency, to pry
Yes.
is to extract. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Use extract word to prize. It's to leave it up. You might prize a nail out of a piece of wood. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
A nail. Oh yeah, a nail. Yeah, I understand.
Okay. When you want to get information from something and from someone and they are not forthcoming, what do you say? What idiom do you say? It's like trying to get blood out of a
Stone.
Stone. Okay. Trying to get blood out of a stone. That's a bit different.
I know one that comes to mind, but it's not exactly the same. What comes to mind is like pulling teeth.
Yeah. Yes. Yeah, very good. Very good, Francesca. It's like pulling teeth. Okay. It means it's hard work. It's like pulling teeth. Yeah. All right. Let's go through quickly. Trying to get my head around. That's Jan. That's a good one for you. Get my head around. To get my head around is to understand.
Yes.
Cock-ups. No one asked me about that one. You know what a cock-up is? I've just done this on another YouTube video.
A blunder.
Blunder. Okay. A mess of. You cock it up. Okay. If you cock it up, you make a mess of it.
You mess it up.
You mess it up.
Okay.
To grasp. Tanya, did you know to grasp?
I was in the process of finding it in the text. That's why I was thinking there is the context.
All right, it's right at the beginning. Okay.
So let's grasp the meaning. So get the meaning, for example. Yeah, to grasp it all immediately.
Getting to grips with. To grip. Okay, we know to grip. Francesca, Tanya?
To grasp, to cling on something.
Yes, you grip something. I am gripping tightly my cup of water so you don't take it away from me. Okay.
To hold it.
Hold tightly.
Right, to hold tightly.
Tightly. Okay.
Yes, a very common idiom. It's for God's sake, take a grip of yourself. Take a grip. Take control of yourself. Okay? Important one. Take a grip. Now, how about your workmates? Fine, we know that. But what I want to point out to you is something here, and this is the way we speak. Notice I am not making full questions. And this is how we speak, all right? This is why leave your grammar books behind sometimes. Cut out the auxiliary. How about your workmates? I would say, how about your workmates? Are they okay? Have you made any friends? No, I'm speaking fast. How about your workmates? They okay? You made any friends? What? It's very common and it will make you sound more fluent and more natural. Don't overdo it. Don't do it all the time. All right. All right. Seem friendly enough. I'm not saying they seem friendly enough. Into the same kind. Into. I'm into a good book. I'm into this film. I'm into playing golf. Had a good chat. So you chat and you have a good chat. Do I sense romance in the air? Do I sense bad news coming? Okay. Do I sense love? Do I sense spring in the air? Not in bloody England, no. Don't be silly. We're just good friends. Now, unfortunately, on the recording, I've cut the as off. Yeah, as they say. And the other thing you can say is, yeah, they all say that. It's irony. It's a fine balance between irony and sarcasm. Okay, but we Brits are like this, and it's meant humorously. Yeah, we just get friends. Yeah, as they say. Yeah, they all say that. Yeah, we all are. Why are you so eager to get me married off? Okay, she doesn't have to say off, but it strengthens it. Married off. So she's making it into a phrasal verb. It is possible just to be friends with a man. I couldn't resist asking. You never can. As I was saying, fixed expression, going back to something else. All right? It's a good one to use. As I was saying, to return to another point in the conversation, the same taste in music. So we spent a lot of time talking about the shows we've seen and what we'd like to say. What are they doing here? Okay, they're talking with enthusiasm. So what's the verb?
Raving.
Raving.
They are raving about it, but use enthusiasm, all right?
Enthusiastic.
They are enthusiastic, but I want the verb. Francesca, you know that you don't like doing word transformation, so this is a good one for you. Okay, enthusiastic. What's the verb? They are
Enthused by.
yes, but we're going to use the present continuous here, aren't we? They are enthusing. Okay. Important for you, Francesca, because we're talking about you have in C1, the C1 exam and in the C2 exam, you have to, Jan, this is useful for you. You probably know you have to, within a sentence, there's a blank, and you're given one form of a word. It could be a noun. It could be enthusiasm in this case, but within the context of the script, the narrative, you have to change it. It could be unenthusiastic. Okay, it could be an adverb, enthusiastically. It could be the verb enthuse. So word transformation is something that students don't like very much. Okay.
So they're enthusing about something?
Enthusing about, yes.
Okay, thank you.
And over, no? Also over and about.
Over, yes. So here, dependent prepositions. Okay. And sometimes there are two. Who's Emily? What's she like? She's not very nice. Look, then is she not very nice? No, she's not very nice. It's not that she's not nice. Keeps to herself. Okay. Reserved, withdrawn. Don't think it's just with me. She doesn't talk to anyone. It's hard going. It's hard going. She could be hard going as well. So we can talk about her being hard going. Okay? And we often do. We did this on personalities once. Do you remember? God,
Yeah.
he's hard going.
The conversation just peters out.
Yes, I put that in deliberately, although it came to me naturally. Do you know that used as a verb? It's a phrase always used in that way. Peters out.
No, I didn't know that one.
You can have a path pettering out somewhere, not going any further.
Yes, you can, Daniel. Very good. Peters out. Strange word. Don't know where it comes from. Dries up. To dry up.
Yeah.
Okay, you know that one. Oh, sorry.
No, sorry, my mistake. My bad.
Don't say my bad. I hate it. Ban you.
I said my mistake before, but you didn't applaud.
You said my bad. It's a bloody American thing. My bad. What?
I know. I said my mistake before, but you didn't applaud. So I had to get you reacting a way or another.
No, applaud.
Applaud. A standing ovation I was expecting.
So, Steve, what can we say instead of my bad?
Just say my mistake. The first time I heard my bad, it was about 3 years ago. There was a commercial, a TV commercial, which had brilliant actor. What's he called? Famous American actor, plays a gangster, Robert De Niro. God, why he agreed to do this, I don't know. He pretended to be a workman or something, producing cars, and he said, "My bad." And it's the first time I'd ever heard it. You won't find many British people using it. I don't think you'll find so many Americans using it, but it is a. I shouldn't be so against new words, really. I've been terribly conservative there, but for some reason I just hate that one. It just sounds
It just gets your goat.
It sounds ugly to me. Adjective. Bad is an adjective. The other word I can never bring myself to, I've said this before, I can never bring myself to use is awesome. I've been in a chat group with an American girl. Me and an American friend used to joke about it. Oh, it's awesome. It's just awesome. My American girlfriend introducing me to her friends. Guys, just listen to Steve's accent. Isn't it awesome? I don't know why I went out with her.
You never got over that one, eh?
No, funnily enough, I was thinking about her earlier. And I was remembering.
When you were doing voodoo to the little doll.
What?
When you were doing voodoo to the little doll.
No, she wasn't bad in that way. I wasn't doing voodoo. She was just. It would never have worked. I've mentioned it before. Before, I think the novelty was she was a very attractive and American, and it's also very romantic. But we went back to see her family. Two things surprised me. One, first thing that surprised me is she said, "Hey guys." That time, I'm going back some years now, I wouldn't have called people guys, and certainly not my mum and dad. Hi guys, right? But now I do. But I'm sure that her parents are dead by now. All right, she's about 10 years younger than me. But they could be alive, I suppose. But I would be virtually certain that they would be Trump followers. Okay.
Oh my God.
Because they'd got such conservative views. I've mentioned it before. We got engaged. She was called Laurie, and they brought their cousin, the cousin round, who was a local preacher, to interview me. And I won't go on. Do you remember telling you before? And it was American arrogance, basically. Flags on the doors. I'm sorry, I know I sound very anti-American, and I've got American friends. All right, okay. Troubling her to trouble something. A bit. How often we use a bit? We use it all the time. Hind legs off a donkey. Hard to get in a word in edgeways. I get that from. Okay. Yeah, I get a lot. I can say things sometimes, and Penny will say, "You sound just like your dad." You get that from your dad. Okay. Pot calling the kettle black. And you know, when she said you can say that again, I'm very fond of this one. My book on idioms is called You Can Say That Again. She doesn't want you to say it again. She means, yes, I agree. What's another way of saying you could say that again? Francesca.
Would you mind repeating it?
Oh, no, you're missing the point there, Francesca.
I was absent. I was looking up the edgeways, not get the word in edgeways.
All right, little mouse or whatever you are. Okay.
I'm not a mouse.
I don't know.
I'm a fox.
All right, you're a grey fox then. You've got two foxes. Okay. All right. What was I saying?
Say that again, synonym.
Say that again. Right. You can say that again. It's not asking you to say it again. It's agreeing.
You are right.
You're right. Yes, Tanya. So what's another way of saying it? Stronger way than saying you're right. Okay.
Oh, yes.
weather-
I completely agree with you.
Yeah, that's but that's just I want an idiomatic way, if you like.
Tell me about it.
Tell me about it is another one. Yeah, you can use tell me about it, depending on the context. Okay. Alma says, tell me about it. All right. But the other thing you could say is, you're telling me.
Oh, yeah.
You're telling me. Speak of the devil. Yeah, it's often used. It's used nicely. Okay. Usually. It can be used badly as well if you don't want to see him. Speak of the devil. Hello, darling. Okay. Speak of the devil. Here she is. What are you on about? Note this. Very common. It's not what are you talking about? What are you discussing? What are you on about? Let's make it short. What are you on about? What are you on about? To get on. Getting on. Getting on. How are you doing at work? How's work going? How's the new job going? We've spent the whole lesson doing that. I'm going to give you the link to. Can I put them in chat? Can you take a copy of the links?
Yeah.
But it was good stuff indeed. I think this way is one of the best way to remember all those idioms and phrases.
That's you.
Yeah.
Yes, but it takes me ages.
We really enjoyed. Thank you very much.
Okay. It's fun to do. Tanya and Francesca, take your avatars off. I'll stop recording. I hope you enjoyed the video and found it useful. If you would like to be part of our Chatterbox Zoom workshop team, then you'll see the link in the description. The sessions are great fun, as you can probably see, and also very valuable. Please remember to subscribe to my channel, and I hope to see you again soon. So, bye for now.